Hey Quinn, nice to have you on. Be starting in just a second. It's not going to be a terribly long stream because it's kind of late. Basically, I'm doing a summer thing with NASA. It's called L-Space. I don't remember what it exactly stands for. It's like Lucy Student Pipeline something or other. And we have team meetings pretty informally. And we had one tonight. I'm on the engineering part, so I'll be doing some design work. Anyways, we actually have an audience today, so we're just going to get right to it. Hi everyone, I'm Wanderer. We'll be playing a bit of Ace Combat 4 tonight, because I have too much time in my hands and don't know how to spend my Saturdays. So, NASA's a go then. This is more of a student quasi-internship. It's not even really a full internship. It's how you get your name on the map, in other words. I do have to finish my applications for an actual internship, but it means they know who I am. My remote died. It's a start. Things are looking good, it seems to me. Yeah, it is. This is the second thing I've done with them, and I'm hoping that it's the start of many more. So we'll go ahead. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we'll make a new game. This remote keeps dying whenever I put it down. I should have access to Ace difficulty. I don't know why it's not giving it. Oh well, hard it is.
I was just a child when the stars fell from the skies.
You're going to see a bit of funniness with how the
them.
text appears. Getting this thing to work is actually kind
how that
of
cannon
difficult
brought war upon us.
to make it look good, and I might have to fiddle with it. It's been a
War
while.
was an abstract idea.
PlayStation
nothing
2
more
games
than a
really
show
aren't
on
meant
TV.
to play on the PC.
As a child, I only saw it as something that happened in some faraway land.
Unusual JRPG.
Until
shut
that
up.
final day of summer. One day while on my way to school, I looked up in the skies. A sound like distant thunder. In the blue skies far above me, contrails drew dizzying circles around in a crazy waltz. A battle in the beautiful skies far away. I could not tear my gaze away from them. A deafening roar. Silhouettes appeared, as if to graze the hills and streak past me. The fighters played the cat or the mouse in turn as they climbed swiftly into the sky. One fleeing plane fell out of the skies, spiraling and spewing orange flames to crash by the Cape. The same Cape where my family lived. Now they only live in my memories of days past. The victor circled around to confirm the kill. And on his craft, there was a large number 13 emblazoned in yellow.
You know, his
I will never
grandpa was
forget
like,
this.
back in my day, we had to walk through 2 urban battlefields and swim through 3 submarine duels
The
before I got
Allies
to school.
retreated across the ocean
You know,
before the onslaught of the enemy.
honestly, that sounds about right for Ace Combat. His grandparents probably did.
Our little town in the heart of the mainland fell into deep isolation.
Intro 1 is done. Yes, the game is set in 2004. Long time ago. Came out in
4
like
years after
2001.
the planetfall of the Ulysses 1994 XF-04 asteroids, Stonehenge, the Erusian weapon of mass destruction, was originally built to shoot down asteroids. Upon discovering its potential as an anti-aircraft weapon, the Erusians ruled the skies over the mainland. The ISAF's attempts to destroy Stonehenge through airstrikes failed. As a result, strategic positions
Yes,
on the
that's
mainland were
Stonehenge.
lost.
This is the game it's
This
from.
in turn forced
No,
ISAF
no,
to
not that
evacuate from the
Stonehenge.
East
Okay,
Coast
never
to
mind.
North Point.
You'll see
ISAF
Stonehenge. We
GHQ
might.
is
I don't know if I
rebuilding
can get
its
to it in the time I
remaining
have
forces
remaining.
at
I've got
North
about 90 minutes.
However, the Erusians control
But,
most parts of the mainland, and they
we'll
have
finish
fully
Ace Combat
deployed
4 and you'll see
bombers to Wrigley
Stonehenge.
Air Base, a former ISAF facility. This bomber force will attempt to deal a lethal blow to the ISAF at North Point from this strategic position.
I didn't realize this was directed by John Woo. I thought this was going to some Ancient Alien stuff. No Ancient Aliens.
Here is the current SITREP and your orders for deployment, effective immediately.
I love this
Enemy
intro
agents
theme.
destroyed our early warning radar
This is probably the best
network,
one in the franchise, in my
allowing
opinion.
several bear bombers to penetrate our airspace.
I don't know if Lib is on, Libmaster. He really likes Ace Combat 4,
Strike Allen Ford Air Base and
I really
penetrate
don't.
targets at North Point.
but it's got great music.
Our air defense forces are extremely weak at this point in time. Hence, our GHQ is a sitting duck. It is mission critical that you destroy the bombers and neutralize the threat before they get past Newfield Island. Remember, you are the first line of defense for North Point, and the fate of ISAF lies
Doesn't have
in
a
your
good
hands.
plot. Okay, before I get started, Ace Combat up until this point was basically a score attack game. You had your jet, you flew around, and you killed things as fast as possible to get points. Ace Combat 3, I think it's called Electrosphere, is kind of legendary for having a very complex plot. It was the first really plot-heavy Ace Combat game. Even it had multiple endings. As far as I know, no Ace Combat game aside from Zero had that sense. Zero came out years later. But, where Ace Combat's 5 onwards are more plot-heavy, and 3 all the way up to the original game are more score attack heavy. 4 was that transition point where it was a story heavy game, well, relatively story heavy game, that also had the score attack systems. And that's the reason why I don't like it, because it gives you very little time to do things, and it has a lot of things it wants you to do. So it can get very frustrating. But I'll try to manage my salts, because it is also a fun game. So if I'm right, it just start us out with nothing. Yeah, we're good. Pick one or the other, eh? Yeah, well, later Ace Combat games found a very nice balance to where, yeah, we've got 0 points to buy things. Later Ace Combat games found a very nice balance, in my opinion. But, this is when it was just kind of, Call of Duty should have multiple endings. I know Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 had multiple endings. So there's at least one Call of Duty that had that. But Black Ops 2's campaign bothers me for other reasons, and if I were to get into that, we would literally never play the game. I have very strong feelings on Black Ops 2. Anyways, let's actually get airborne. Figures Black Ops would have the more labyrinthian plots. I like Black Ops 1 and 3 a lot. Their stories are some of the best in the franchise, but 2 was bizarre for multiple reasons. Anyways. I don't know what that blur effect's about. Not gonna lie, I like Black Ops 3's story, but for the fact it's technically a comp-out, I thought it was a very clever idea for a story. Without spoiling it, I like the fact that you can tell exactly what's going on the entire game from the second mission if you're just paying enough attention. I really like that.
Your call sign is Mobius 1. We'll refer to you by this name at all times. You are now under my command. 6 bombers on Vector 360 confirmed. Continue north to intercept.
Alright, let's
Today's
push
my
it in.
birthday. A victory sure would be nice. Don't let them get past the island.
Hear me out.
Engage. Strange seeing fighters out this far.
A new horror game.
There's our welcoming party. Let your escorts handle it.
I have played Five Nights. I don't really want to again. I am too much of a scaredy cat.
6 o'clock. Radar lock.
I keep botching my approach because I need to push the talk button. I'm going to have to monitor how much I'm talking on these because I've got an old Xbox joystick and I can't. It's not easy.
Mobius 1, currently over city airspace. Mobius 1 shot down a bear. Bandits in gun range. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
I thought I fixed that. Hang on. I've been making things worse. Hang on a moment. That was not the right button to press. Shoot. Yeah, I've got this thing going faster than it ought to. Oh god. Hang on. I've done a bad. The buttons I were pressing I thought was supposed to resolve one of the problems, but I think I was hitting the button to actually overclock it. So I need to fix that. I'm sorry, everyone. Don't want turbo. How do I turn off turbo? Where is the... I need to see the controls. Where is the... I need to see where the... This can be kind of frustrating. I'm sorry, everyone. No, that's not it. Yeah, the limiter... What's happening is there's a limiter, a frame rate limiter, and I turned it up. I was trying to... Ugh. What do I do here? How do I... Ah, jeez. Okay, hang on. I need to look up the key bindings for this. Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. It's been so long. Frame limiter is F4, F8 was what I thought I was hitting. Hard for render software. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I have to do a few things. For one, I have to turn off track IR, which has been running, and I don't need it on. Okay, it's interlaced. Okay. That may or may not fix that problem. Now I have to figure out how to turn down the frame limiter. Okay, I think I might have fixed it.
Keep your heading. Fox 2.
So let me just full screen this again.
Shoot it. Good job, Mobius 1.
Okay, we're good. There needs to be
Sky High, this is Alan
more
Ford.
space-based
Got visual on the
dogfights
downed
in
bombers.
games.
Whose kill was that? Make
Yeah,
sure to
I
thank
would
him.
love more space dogfighting games. Oh, actually, I have a very good one. I'll have to play it on stream. It's called House of the Dying Sun. I think that's right.
Thanks to
Let me
your
check my Steam
efforts,
library.
the enemy bomber strike was averted. However, our
Yes, House of the
victory
Dying
will be
Sun. It's
meaningless
very
should
cool
you
because it's
fail the
a
next mission.
hybrid space sim RTS game. It's super fun. It's not very long. It's really cool. I'll play it on stream at some point. Anyways, moving on.
The war seemed to unfold in the blink of an eye. I don't remember exactly when the forces from the west occupied my town. I was too busy scanning the skies day after day, waiting for Yellow 13 to reappear.
Oh, my remote's starting to run low on batteries. We'll see how this goes. I do have another remote.
Before I
I
knew
can
it,
change to it.
Everything changed. The language they taught us at school. Our friendly local sheriff disappeared and was replaced by foreign MPs. In the beginning,
Yeah,
some
when the
people
Foreign
secretly
Nation
tuned in
attacked,
to
I was thinking that
broadcast from
too.
North Point on their parabolic antennas. But as time passed, the broadcast no longer came in. Maybe the satellites were destroyed. All non-military computer networks were shut down. Gasoline was rationed to civilians. Though we lived in the 21st century, we were reduced to using
Like
crystal
those
radios and
K-50s,
horse-drawn carts.
Black Sharks.
I moved in with my uncle in town,
think they're K-50s.
who used to be a taxi driver. Out of gasoline and out of work, my uncle did nothing but to
Yeah,
drown
the
himself in
Kamov
drink.
K-50 Black Shark. Single seat, twin rotor, Russian helicopter.
I earned my
Pretty
keep by
neat.
playing the harmonica in the town bar. The one thing I was good at. I'd play for sullen occupation soldiers in exchange for their charity and loose change, and used the money to support my uncle and myself.
This is a very strange
My
expansion
uncle
to Animal
trash-talked the
Crossing.
barkeep who catered to the enemy soldiers. But he never refused the money I brought home.
Aside from killing people in dogfights, but nobody appreciated
As for myself, I had a crush on the barkeep's only daughter, who was a little older than me. Another day passed, yet still no sign of the fighter plane Yellow 13 in the skies above our town.
I have to be careful not to overwrite my longest running campaign save. That'd be embarrassing.
The enemy-held Wrigley Air Base is located
You can't
in
hear
close
me, but I'm
proximity
tapping my
to our
fingers
front
to this
lines,
thing, like,
making
constantly.
it the proverbial knife at our throat. A large Erusian bomber contingent was deployed to Wrigley. Their intentions are clear. A full-scale strike on our forces at North Point is imminent. Your mission is to catch these bombers on the ground and destroy them.
Could you speak up a
We
bit?
intend
I'm
to
on
turn
max
the
volume.
parking
I'm
ramp
trouble
at
making out what I'm
Wrigley
saying.
into the yard.
I guess the volume's overpowering me. I can play with the levels. Here, let's turn this down to about 40%. Am I easier to hear now? I don't want to speak a whole lot louder, so the easiest thing to do is just to turn down the game volume. Okay, good. If it's bad still, let me know and I'll turn it even further back. Also, I just realized that soundtrack is a baller. You have no idea, man. Ace Combat 4 is probably my least favorite Ace Combat, but it has one of my favorite soundtrack. I mean, there are really like 3 songs from this game that I adore. It's that briefing theme, the theme from a very really fun level called Cormona, which is just a massive dogfight, and then the theme to the final level. But we'll get to those in time. Anyways, we're going to do some mud moving with this one. So let's get airborne.
30 miles to Wrigley Air Base.
Unlike IL-2, it doesn't take me 45 minutes to do this.
Powers should be.
Arcade games.
Take them all out. Watch those AA guns.
Alright. By the way, what view mode does everyone prefer? Cockpit, third person, or data stream?
Mobius 1 passing over substation. Enemy facility destroyed.
Bogies closing in on Wrigley AB. Scramble at once. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Intercept immediately. White 5, this is Wrigley Air Base. You're clear to take off runway 5. Take off as soon as you enter the road.
Data stream, gotcha.
Mobius 1, engage. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Reminds you of Final Destination? I don't get it.
Don't let the enemy spook you. Neutralize the substation if possible. Bandit confirmed at Vector 340.
Traveling over the world, changing perspective. Oh, I got you.
Check 6. Fox 2, Fox 2.
We're going to be wiped out. Move the bombers. Eat this.
Locked on. Missile shot trashed. You're in gun range.
Alright, there goes the fighters. Now to deal with the ground targets.
Pickle, pickle.
Get all operational aircraft airborne immediately. This is Wrigley. You've been attacked. We're currently engaging the enemy. Pass drop. There's no place to land even if they get off the ground.
That ground fire is brutal.
Enemy facility destroyed.
They're trying to launch more fighters, and I'm trying to deal with them before they can get off the ground.
Hang in there. Don't give up.
Nearly out of bombs.
Enemy facility destroyed.
We won't be sitting ducks. Hurry, scramble and intercept.
Locked on. Mobius 1, Fox 2. AA guns destroyed.
Look at the number of bombers.
AA guns destroyed.
Drop a bomb right in the center. All right, Mobius 1. This is Wrigley. We've taken serious damage from enemy attacks. Pull yourselves together. They aren't invincible.
Bombs away.
Alright, that's all the bombs. I hope you're enjoying my dramatic defensive twirl.
By Mobius
That's 2.
Target destruction confirmed.
All right, Mobius 1. Mobius 1 destroyed.
Easily
the target.
done. We didn't even come off that bad on damage to the aircraft too, which is great.
This is Wrigley. Our bombers are decimated. Repeat, all our bombers are destroyed.
This game has its flaws, but I really do enjoy the feeling of dancing around, lobbing missiles at targets. It's good fun. It makes me happy. Makes me look forward to the later games, which are much more refined, and in my opinion, more fun.
The attack was a success. A significant number of enemy bombers were eliminated, and a full-scale airstrike on North Point was averted.
I think that's all of his briefing, or his debrief. Yeah, I might have to change out this remote. Hang on. How's the connection? Connection's good. Yep, we're great. Alright, we're making cash.
One night, a spirited group made their way into the villa, chased out the sullen army grunts, and commandeered the place.
I'm reminded of a game series I think it's called Earth
Even I
Defense
knew who
Force.
they were.
Yeah, I've heard of EDF. I hear it's a lot of
The patch
fun
on their sleeve
and
was the mark
campy
of
and
the proud
stupid,
Air
but
Force.
that's my kind of style. I'll have to look into
A
it.
loud-mouthed, middle-aged man went around, announcing each pilot's results for the day and his running kill record. For those who exceeded
Ah, this
5
one's almost
kills,
out of battery too.
a thorough toasting
Ah, jeez.
and soaking followed. I believe it was their custom to call a pilot an ace once he shot down 5 planes. After completing the day's review, the same guy, the squadron adjutant, went on to announce, "And now, for our leader's results." Everyone turned around to look at the quiet man who sat alone, strumming a guitar. I found myself drawn to the music from his guitar. Our Yellow 13 bagged 3 more today, bringing his new tally up to 64 kills.
Man's practically destroyed the entire Air Force.
With a tentative smile, the man with the guitar turned to me and asked me to accompany him on my harmonica. I brought it up to my lips and I started a new song. I had finally found him. But by some fluke, it was my father's favorite song. The one he used to play at the end of each day.
Alright, let's save and continue. Did I really play nearly 10 hours of this game? Jeez.
The Allied forces are retreating, and survivors
I've got
are gathering at
I've
the
got about an
northern
hour.
border of St.
I
Arthur.
think if I play fast and smart, I can get to my favorite mission, which is Cormona. But I think that's like mission 9. We're on mission 3. So we're going to have to move real fast.
Our troops can successfully evacuate and regroup at North Point.
Man, you're
They
gonna...
will become a formidable force in future battles.
I think Ace Combat could take a cue from Earth Defense Force and have a few Godzilla moments. Giant bugs and planet...
Blinding the
Friend.
enemy and hiding our troop movements.
Friend, you don't know where we're going. I do. You don't. We'll get there. Maybe not literally that, but you'll see. You'll see. I'm trying to save up. I don't want to spend my money until the F-15C is unlocked. I think that's pretty late in. So we'll be flying the F4 for a while. But that's fine. This is a perfectly fine aircraft. Fast and nimble and It's a good jet.
This combat area is within enemy airspace. Keep an eye out for minutes.
I have to toggle like that in order to get the graphics working properly. Are we
Remember,
slowly yawing to the right?
clear to engage. Mobius 1, engage.
Yeah, hang on, hang on. We're gonna switch back to the other remote. I think the other one was giving us a slight right input. Yeah, the scenery changes are interesting in this game. To me, it can get a little bit strange and annoying. You'll see once we get much further in, like, there's a desert in a jungle, and it just doesn't really quite make sense. But it does make for beautiful maps. This game is my childhood, and I'm sorry, Lib. I have somewhat harsh criticisms of it, but I will leave you to enjoy. I'll leave you to enjoy it and just try to shut up and fly.
Omega 1, engage. This is Cessna Radar 1. Bandits approaching vector 135.
Radar base 1, red vector 310, 8 miles.
I'm going to have.
Counting on you. Viper 3, engage hostile aircraft and keep them from the radar.
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Nothing but air. Heads up. Heads up. Enemy radar spike.
No, I don't see anything. There!
Locked on.
This is Wave 1.
I can't chat and fly at the same time. It's difficult to grasp the remote and do everything. I'll try to reply to stuff as we fly between combat areas. Yeah, I didn't play this on the PlayStation 2. This was only PC for me.
4 miles. Fox 2, Fox 2. Hard enemy radar spike.
Target destroyed by Mobius 1. Yoo-hoo! Good going! I'm supporting.
Bandit closing at 6.
Evade, Mobius 1. Fox 2! Fox 2! No good. It's a miss. Fox 2.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
I got him in my sights.
Dogfighting is kind of interesting in this game. I'll read chat as much as I can, but it's... yeah.
Fox 2. Mobius 1 destroyed the target.
Target destroyed by Mobius 1.
Okay, I like what I miss about the changes in location as you advance through them, because yeah, I enjoy that too, where it's all kind of arbitrary, but at the same time having strange shifts in topography does bother the pedant and
Mobius 1 passing over Krasinski crater. Bandit at 11.
Buddy splashed him.
Radar base 2 at vector 270, 8 miles. Missed. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Okay, that's that. Woof. I think that's just it telling us to fly south. Pushing invading out on two continental holdings before assaulting the mainland. Yeah. Battalion Wars 2 is the only Battalion Wars I've played, but we've talked about this before. I really kind of enjoy the feel of those games. They were a lot of fun. And yeah, Lib, trust me, the AI is actually fairly aggressive, and it has kept me from getting S ranks in some attempts, which is really annoying. Yeah, they're not useless. They are shockingly lethal. They will often kill steel from you, which is just kind of hilarious.
Fly in the right direction, and you'll see a white dotted line across your flight path. Those of you who need to resupply or
Oh yeah, no, the AI does not care about you. I don't know what it is about this game. The dogfighting sometimes bothers me because it feels like every other plane is so much more maneuverable than yours. Where, this was a frustration for me when I was doing the beach landing mission. I'm trying to remember what it's called right now. Where they have flights of Tornadoes. And Tornadoes are ground attack aircraft, and they were routinely outmaneuvering my high performance, super special... Hang on, carrier landing time. Yeah, bunker shot. The Tornadoes were just outmaneuvering me all the time, and it was just like, what? I'm flying an air superiority fighter. Come off it.
1 mile to touchdown. Turn right.
I kind of wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Sorry. Let me try that again.
Perform landing check.
And I hit
You are
skip.
cleared to land.
God. Don't. Why?
With
Why?
the radar out of commission, the enemy's command and control is degraded. The evac and regrouping efforts are proceeding as scheduled.
Next time. I just had to stifle the loudest laugh for that crash. I know. That was on me. I know, I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to maneuver and I was giving the wrong rudder. Because... it's just... I like Ace Combat 6. The maneuverability of planes IRC was related to difficulty. Well, that would explain it. But it feels like it's cheating, you know?
We've discovered the
I won't botch any more landings. It's very much arcade and not sim. Yeah, I know, but under, like, what nightmare scenario should a big, slow ground strike aircraft outmaneuver in a turn fight one of the most agile fourth generation fighter jets to ever be built?
troop preparations and the Aegir fleet sets sail. This will bring about our defeat.
I mean, it's a lumbering and slow, and it's like, when the pilot wants to prove a point, yeah, maybe.
Enemy transport planes in and around Converth Harbor.
Oh, yeah, okay, this one's not too bad.
Be advised, the transport aircraft have ACMs on board that emit powerful jamming signals. Rely on visual contact rather than radar.
Alright, let's try to leave, let's try to prove to people that I'm not actually a bad pilot. And let's just get back to it. We've got to keep these missions coming as fast as possible.
Mobius 1, Sky Eye here. You should be getting visual on the transport soon. Destroy the E-767s hidden nearby to clear the jamming from our radar. Good luck. Mobius 1, engage. Missed.
Damn, I need that radar.
Fox 2. Missile shot trashed. Target hit.
Mobius 1, deflect.
Hard enemy radar spike. 2 targets remaining.
He sees us.
Radio failure. What? I love saying that. I don't think they know what a radio is.
Radar lock. You're in gun range.
Keep your training in mind and you'll be fine.
Radar lock. Fox 2. You're in gun range.
Mobius 1, shot 1 down. Mobius 1, shot 1 down.
Locked on. Locked on. Fox 2. Fox 2.
Target destruction confirmed.
Radar lock. Fox 2. Splash 1. Splash 1. Mobius 1. Fox 2.
BT formation. Part of the radar is clear.
I forgot to get that first jammer, so I'm gonna have to fly out and hunt it down. Yep, there it is.
Another active electronic jammer.
I'll have to read through what you're saying in a yeah, I'm just thinking this game has nothing in common with Left Alive's. Yeah, no, I don't believe Left Alive is set in Strange Reel at all, but I'm not super sure. I've never played Left Alive.
Box 2, box 2. Enemy behind you. I've got a lock on. He's at my 6. Nice power.
Missed. Missile hit. You're in gun range. Radar lock. Fox 2. You're in gun range. Missile shot trashed. Locked on.
Not yet. There.
Fox 2. Fox 2.
Kick right.
Fox 2. Fox 2. Missile shot trashed.
Right behind you. Heads up.
I'm worried they're going to snake this C-17, so I'm going to have to fly real fast. There's nobody left with guns. How do you Winchester with no gun?
Fox 2. Fox 2.
Good job, Mobius.
Okay, that's that. No vodka button? You know, there's always a vodka button. It's called whatever button gets you out of your seat downstairs into the vodka. But, yeah, as far as I know, it's just they got some people from the Ace Combat franchise. I think if Left Alive is the game I think we're talking about, I think they mainly cribbed from the, Metal Gear franchise. Like, they got the art director or something like that.
The mission was a success. This Erusian air corridor has been effectively shut down.
That would explain the mechs. Yeah, then we probably are talking about the same game. Yeah, if you look at the cover art for that game in particular, it should look like ripped straight out of a Metal Gear game. It's because it's the same guy. Okay, Lifeline. Lifeline is not a fun one. Only it sucks. Oof. I heard it was interesting. Maybe not great, but maybe it's like an interesting look at how to design a game. I think you can learn from any game, even bad ones. It's just the lessons you're learning from bad ones are what were they trying to do, and was that interesting, and how did they fail to achieve it? And then occasionally, if it's just beyond redemption, it's like, how did it get this bad? So there's always three things you can learn from a bad game.
Our objective is to reduce production
In a
output
way,
complex
that's more valuable than watching a good game.
by cutting off the port's fuel
Ride to
supply
Hell
and delaying
is a third case. That is a game where you look at it and you ask, how did this happen? And the problem is, there is no reason. Because Ride to Hell was probably made by literal chaos demons. There is no other explanation. Let's see, any new planes? Not the ones we want. So we're going out on the F4, because God exists and knows, and He wants you to know He hates you, that's why. Honestly, sounds about right. Anyways. Ride to Hell is an interesting game. I feel like maybe at some point in its development it was a much cleaner, more interesting project that might have actually been successful, but that wasn't what we got. Not at all.
Commence operation. Split into 2 groups.
You can tell that the fix is working because the sun is no longer a Technicolor dreamscape.
Reduce their output.
If it was self-aware, would have been a masterpiece? Yeah, probably.
Are you sure this is smart? We're over the bad guys.
That's what war is, friend!
Heads up. They've got AA guns.
You're always over the bad guy.
Oil rig at vector 050, 8 miles. Mobius 1.
Are you sure this is smart? We're over the bad guys? Way to win a defensive war, friend.
Locked on. Fox 2.
Rapier 12 engage. Can't get close to the rig.
2 o'clock.
We will fire at him.
Hard enemy radar spike.
Just don't get shot down. I'm supporting. Give them all you got. Locked on. Release.
Break. Missile. Locked on.
How the heck did they build that?
Fox 2. Fox 2.
Damn, that was close.
How'd they build what? A petrochemical plant?
At 3 o'clock.
Just a bit more.
Hard enemy radar spike. Radar lock.
White 3, got one on your tail. This is White 1, get him off me.
Missed.
Commit all reserve aircraft immediately.
I shouldn't smarm too much. This mission is really hard to get S rank in. Like, it is really difficult.
Missile! Missile!
So I'm gonna have to play it like my A game. It's super hard.
Bombs away. Enemy facility destroyed.
Where are the reinforcements? Help is inbound. Hang in there. Let's make it. It's no good.
Yes, my ace game.
Enemy vessel sunk. Pickle, pickle. Enemy facility destroyed. Mobius 1, Fox 2. AA guns destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed. Fox 2. Enemy facility destroyed.
Did you see that thing freak out on the minimap? Because I did.
Fox 2.
Enemy facility destroyed.
Engage him. SOB.
Fox 2. Bombs away. Enemy facility destroyed.
bit sloppy. Drag him this way. What about the other target? Are the oil reserves being hit?
Box 2. Enemy facility destroyed.
Don't fly in a straight line. Bandit secured.
Enemy facility destroyed. Surface target destroyed.
Box 2. Don't be hasty. No good. It's a miss. He's at my 6. Thanks for the save.
Enemy facility destroyed.
Pull up. Pull up. Pursuing bandit. Bandit secured. I'm going down.
Mobius 1, oil rig destroyed. Switch to attacking the remaining facilities.
It's no good. I lost him.
Okay, we're doing okay on time. 4 minutes and a half. Okay, why am I picking up the radio waves on the enemy? It's dramatic. You're not technically supposed to unless somebody's physically talking to you. It's just to add flavor to the combat. It's stylistic. And I'm really sorry I'm not talking much. This is a very, very, very hard mission to S rank. I have to basically hit everything as fast as possible, and it's really difficult because they don't give you a lot of bombs in this game.
Form landing check. You are cleared to land.
Thankfully, we've actually got time to think during the landing because that time is separate to that of the mission timer.
One mile to touchdown. You're on the money.
Okay, geez. Alright. Better landing than last time. Still kind of sloppy, but it's an arcade game. It's not DCS. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Mobius 1, you are cleared for takeoff.
Zoom climb, 45 degrees. Let's get this thing kicking.
Altitude restrictions canceled.
There's no way you caught the cable with that landing. No, not at all. Maybe like the emergency cable that they have. But even then, that's kind of doubtful. Alright, I just have to drop as many bombs as physically possible in the next couple of minutes. I've got 4 minutes to do this. I can do this. I can do this. I just have to play really, really fast. This is one of the reasons why I don't like Ace Combat 4. It gives you very little time. Yes, yes, give me your energy, and I'll just throw a spirit ball at the spirit bomb at the not the Estovakians, the Erusians. Speaking of the Estovakians, Ace Combat 6. That's a game that has massive maps like this, but it gives you a liberal amount of time so that you can do everything, and it's more of an enjoyable engagement rather than this oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
As a beacon. Losing their reserves will be a severe blow to them.
Enemy facility destroyed.
Fox 2.
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
What's the status on the rig attack?
Enemy facility destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed. Hard enemy radar spike. Box 2. Enemy facility destroyed. AA guns destroyed. Hard enemy radar spike. Enemy facility destroyed. Fox 2. You're in gun range.
Mobius 1, shot one down. All right. Fox 2, Fox 2.
Pickle, pickle. Enemy facility destroyed. Mobius 1, refining facility destroyed. Switch to
Alright,
attack.
yeah, we hit S rank a while ago, so now I can have fun with what time I have remaining.
Missed.
Mobius 1, shot one down. Squeeze off exhaust. There, over there.
Facility neutralized. Mission complete.
Alright, southbound heading. Yep, Pickle, that is the actual reporting name. God knows why, but it is. Yeah, the yellows, they're invincible at this point in the game. They literally, you can shoot them with whatever you have. I see why you thought these guys were really useless. You've got a guy complaining about radio failure while using his radio. You can't say that you have radio failure and be on the radio. Who knows? Who cares? The yellows, it was his other radio. Hey Jim, turn on your ham radio in the back. Yeah, the yellows are an interesting concept, but I don't like the idea of an enemy that's literally impossible to kill because the developers just made them mortal. And trust me, I have tried. I have dumped missiles and machine gun rounds into these guys. They don't even flinch. They're just set to be invincible until a certain point in the campaign. It is one of the many things I don't really like about this game, but I understand what they were trying to do. It's just, no. If I can outfly a yellow, let me outfly a yellow. And yellows are hard to shoot down even when they're not invincible. Well, I mean, they're obviously capable of being shot down when they're not invincible. But they are difficult to fight. They are scary. You don't have to make them scarier by cheating.
The enemy lost 5 million barrels of reserves and the ability to process 250,000 barrels of crude oil daily. The Ager fleet
I swear, every time I play... Hang on.
Unfortunately, our losses were
Every
high
time I
as
play
well.
this game, I feel like I lose a year of my life.
More than ever to compensate
I remember
for
a
our
Dynasty
losses.
Warriors game that made this story enemy ludicrous. This story enemy ludicrously strong, and you got a special achievement for killing him. But it was so apparently, yeah. You see, if you're gonna have a guy that's like super hard to kill, don't say to the player no when they manage to beat them. That doesn't feel fair. I'll be right back. I'll let this
A
cutscene
freeway
play.
under construction in a wheat field outside of town. When they started construction, I remember how the mayor bragged about it, even though it would completely bypass our town. The freeway became the occupation force's makeshift runway, and the unfinished tunnels their bunkers. This was their base. They were the elite flight squadron chosen to protect the cannon. Ironically, the same cannon that was created to shoot down the asteroids became a catalyst to the war. But when the Allied attacks no longer came, the squadron was assigned long-range missions that took them to distant battlefields. I thought of the words I would use to confront him and bided my time. Although I harbored these feelings within me, I could never get close to him. His wingman was always by his side.
Cutscene's still going. Great. You were supposed to kill him
Despite
later
having a
on when
gentle
you got
demeanor.
stronger, I think. And,
I
you know,
could
that's
tell that the
fine.
Ronin would never
I
allow
like the
danger to
idea
get near
of
Yellow
having an
13,
enemy that's really
even
scarily
Alaya.
difficult to kill and
The
is
killer
really
of their
strong.
group.
That, as a concept,
13
is
exuded
fine.
an air of invincibility.
I just feel like if you're
He
able to
always chose to
outplay him,
fly
or you
a
get
flight
lucky
plane
or something, the
formation.
game shouldn't say, "Oh, no, 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 no,
He
no,
was a
no, no,
man
you
who
can't do
prided
that yet.
himself not on his
You
kill
can't do
record,
that yet." No.
but on his record of never losing a
I don't
squadron
care
member.
what story you have
It's
to end up
difficult for me to
rewriting.
describe just how good Yellow 13's flying was.
If the player is able to get
But I
one
witnessed it
over
once
your
from the
impossibly
ground.
strong thing and beat it,
The lead
you
plane of
shouldn't
the five-plane
pull that
formation
from them.
should have turned the same arc with the same timing as the
and
others.
if you have an enemy that strong,
Yet only his
but you
plane
won't
drew
let
sharp
it
contrast.
get hurt, then don't have it at all.
His heart felt compassion towards the weaker enemies he downed. Someday, if an equal appeared and challenged the limits of his skills in a fight, he
I
would
remember the
bear
first
no
Naruto
resentment
game
about
where you
being
were
shot
supposed to
down.
hold out against
He said this himself.
Itachi for a
And so was
time, and he
Takahashi.
had stupidly high health,
found the
defenses, and
business of a
regen.
home in
Instead,
the
however, I
company.
managed to actually kill him after a week of practice and told me I
Leaving
lost.
them was
Yeah,
no
you see,
longer
that is
an
also
option for me
dumb.
now.
I just let games let you win, man. This is another time attack mission, but I actually kind of like this one more. Mainly because everything's more, like, right down a channel. Ace Combat 4 has a lot of great things to it. I really like its flying. I like the feeling of ground attack when you're dancing through missiles and anti-aircraft fire, and I like dogfighting other aircraft. What ruins the experience to me is giving you almost zero time to do it all in. That's what kills it for me. Is just it just has a gun to your head the entire time, and you're not really having fun. You're watching a clock. It becomes a chore, not a game. It's less of a chore and more of this intense stressor. And I think the whole go back to the checkpoint if you die is a good enough stressor, and they throw enough at you to where that's a very real possibility. Ace Combat 6, which was my first Ace Combat, so I'll keep coming back to it as an example, it had one mission close to the end, where it was you and your wingmate for at least a good 5 minutes against maybe 30 aircraft, until friends showed up and you turn the tides and you wipe them all out, and it's a great cathartic moment. But up until that point, literally the entire time, all you hear is your missile warning sound going off non-stop. But there's no timer, there's no real pressure, the whole idea is live. And that's all you think about, and that it's so much fun. If I had that situation, but I also had like amount of time to get everything done, or I don't get the score I want, or that would be a hellish mission. Instead, it's one of the coolest bits in that game, where it's just you versus an armada of jets holding out. And you don't even, when you first played, you don't even know that help is coming. You think this is it. It's you versus the world. It's just, Ace Combat 6 was such a great game. I stan Ace Combat 6 real hard. Alright, I need to shut up and get flying, otherwise we're never going to reach Cormona.
Initiate attack. All aircraft clear to engage any and all targets. Sink the invincible Azure fleet while they're at anchor. Good luck.
Describe how better it is in Shattered Sky. Don't get me started. I might break Lib's heart, but I have a very strong bias.
They're like pigs before the slaughter. Let's make it. Damn, they're pesky. Open-eyed, engage. Hard left.
Enemy destroyer sunk. Battleship Tanager sunk. Aegis class Raven sunk.
The hardware facilities were wiped out. Don't fret, this ship won't sink.
Fox 2.
Don't fret, this ship won't sink. Seconds later,
Sunk.
that.
Our invincible fleet's gonna be destroyed.
Cruiser Beluga sunk.
Mobius 1, deflect. Our ships are under attack.
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Break, missile. Sam, destroy.
Jen, watch your tail. Your tail. I'm in position. Engaged.
destroyed.
Pull up! Mobius 1, deflect!
Mobius 1, bandit behind you.
Many ships are stranded within the harbor.
Hard enemy radar spike. Fox 2. Enemy destroyer sunk.
The other units are annihilated! Shut them down.
AA guns destroyed.
Mobius 1, he's on your tail.
The sunken ships are blockading the others. Hard enemy radar spike.
The secret to this mission is to ignore aircraft. That's the secret to any of these ground-heavy missions where you've got time. Just ignore it. Just fly as fast as you possible for ground target.
Convert Harbor, Victor 320, on the nose. Enemy destroyer sunk. Cruiser Fenris sunk. Cruiser.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you like the dogfighting part of this game? Too bad, sink things. It's the only way to win.
Battle stations for anti-air combat.
Don't let them get out to sea. Enemy cruiser sunk. Mobius 1, Fox 2. Missile shot trashed.
No use staying on board a crippled ship. Evacuate. Enemy attack.
Cruiser Lazuli sunk. Shots fired. I'm evading.
The flagship Challenger made it into the harbor.
Enemy destroyer sunk. Hard enemy radar spike. Enemy facility destroyed.
I lost him.
Bandits right on me.
Bail out! Bail out!
Aim for the fuel. Give them all you got. Mobius 1, Fox 2. Destroyer heard. Sunk. Missile shot trashed.
I'll respond to what's going on in chat in a bit, but right now I need to fly fast. Again, ground attack or all that is fine. It's the time thing, and it's the issue that if you want to get an S rank, you have to do it. And that's just, I just don't like how much it restrains the player.
Hostiles confirmed. Fox 2. Shipyard facilities at Vector 110. On the nose. Enemy vessel sunk. Enemy facility destroyed.
The ships without ammo are useless. All able ships, attack! All able ships, evacuate the harbor.
Fox 2, Fox 2. Enemy vessel sunk. Destroyer Taish sunk.
Enemies entering harbor airspace. It's mine. Bandit down.
Enemy facility destroyed.
We've got to get out of the harbor. Don't get shut down with them. Evacuate!
Enemy facility destroyed.
I'm right behind us.
Turn hard right.
Still can't move?
Enemy vessel sunk.
Nice kill. Just a bit.
SAM destroyed.
We're hit on the starboard side. It's in the way. Sink it. It's too late. Abandon ship.
Enemy facility destroyed. Hard enemy radar spike. Enemy vessel sunk.
Hang in there. Don't give up.
We'll ditch our bombs and head back to the carrier, rearm, and then try to wrap this up. I think we're doing good on time.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. Yeah, again, the ground attack is not the problem. It's
You are cleared to land.
I have a complicated mess of feelings about this game, and there's a lot that I like about it. It's just the timer. There's just no time for anything.
1 mile to touchdown. You're on the money.
And here's the thing.
Nicely
Let's
done,
say
Mobius 1.
you don't
Go
like
and
Ground
prepare for
Strike,
your next
and you
order.
mainly want to fly Mobius 1 as a pure air superiority aircraft guy, and you're going after fighters. With the amount of time you have left, it is actually impossible to get an S rank in this mission by killing only aircraft, and that's what I don't like.
Mobius 1, you are cleared for takeoff.
And if it was like Ace Combat 6, which S rank means killing everything on the map in the time limit, but the time limit's like 20 to 40 minutes, then you can do the fun parts and then mop up afterwards, and it's still fun. Well, the other thing I like doing was having my battalion march unnecessarily looks. Yes, you've told me about that story. It's a great story. Quinn and I never played the original Battalion Wars, but I played a lot of the second one, and so did he, and it was just a really fun game. I'm kind of sad that there's not a Battalion Wars 3.
It's no good. Don't let them escape. Make them fish food.
Enemy vehicle destroyed. 7 o'clock.
Okay, we're doing good on time.
Damn, there's a hole in my plane.
Surface target destroyed. Bandit confirmed at vector 010. Fox 2.
We've got bandits on radar.
Hold on. Let him get closer.
Say your prayers. I can't believe it.
Sam destroyed. Submarine Beowulf new sunk. Enemy facility destroyed. Hard enemy radar spike. He's all mine. Sam destroyed. Pickle. Enemy cruiser sunk. Enemy destroyer sunk.
Right behind him.
Bandit confirmed at vector 350.
Okay, I guess that wasn't enough to kill the crane. Whatever, game.
High value targets first. Don't let your flying get sloppy. Use that light tanks.
Submarine Beowulf Pie sunk. Enemy facility destroyed.
Fox 2! Fox 2! Mobius 1, get out of there! Bandits 0K.
Destroyer Tiasi sunk.
Right behind him.
Enemy facility destroyed.
This isn't a drill, this is for real.
Hard enemy radar spike.
Their resupply ship is damaged. Fuel facilities damaged. Forget the small fry. Concentrate on the larger ships.
Enemy
I do like
submarine
attacking submarine pens. That's pretty neat.
radar spike.
Mobius 1, incoming missiles. Missile! Engaging me. The tanker's going down in flames. Can't see through the smoke from our ships.
Missile warning.
Let's flank him.
Mobius 1, bandit behind you.
KO-11, Fox takes. All units.
2, hard enemy radar spike.
Fast drop. Fox 2, Fox 2. There. Watch your tail. Your tail. Oh no, there's not enough time.
Hard enemy radar spike.
Destroy their stockpiles as well. Fox 2, Fox 2.
Radar lock. Hard enemy radar spike.
Max power. One enemy destroyer to the front and left. Let's flank him.
Locked on. Hard enemy radar spike.
Our escorts with hit.
Bandit closing at 6. Hard enemy radar spike. Radar lock.
Bandit behind you. Right beside you. Dragon this way.
Missile! Missile!
Don't follow our ships. Don't shoot. That's one of ours.
Break. Missile.
Help.
Locked on. Hard enemy radar spike.
Mobius 1, shot 1 down. Black 1, Fox 2. Pursuing Bandit. Fox 2! Fox 2!
Radar lock. You're in gun range.
One of ours got hit. He's behind.
Well, that was pretty white knuckle.
Damn it, Bandit on my tail. One of ours took an artillery barrage. The missile didn't hit.
Radar lock.
Pull up, pull up. Hurry up, I'm getting nailed here.
Nice kill. Fox 2. Fox 2.
Mobius 1, shot 1 down.
11 o'clock.
I've got him.
Oh, sure, blame the missile. Ground needs more detail, I've decided. Well, I mean, it's all satellite imagery. They're doing what they can.
Those ships took heavy casualties.
AA guns destroyed.
I'm not going to mess with a jet doing that on the radar screen, man, I'll tell you what.
He's mine.
Bombs away. Enemy facility destroyed. Enemy cruiser sunk.
Squeeze off exhaust.
Alright, that's that. That's that.
Sky Eye here. Enemy
Yeah,
fleet.
later Ace Combat
Facilities
games
confirmed,
populate the
destroyed.
grounds a little bit more, but they're generally all based off of satellite imagery, and that's why a lot of buildings are just flat.
Complete. All
It
aircraft
also is
RTB.
technically less difficult to render, which is nice. You don't want your flight sim chugging along at 20 frames per second. Oh man, I had that guy dead to right. Ah,
The Erusian's so-called invincible fleet has been destroyed.
yeah, I don't know why you'd ever name your
Their
fleet
plans for
invincible.
invading North Point have been delayed indefinitely. Although we are still far from triumphant, this victory gave our troops a much-needed boost in
Alright,
morale.
roughly 10 to 20 minutes. Maybe we can reach Cormona, we'll have to see. It removes the childish innate desire to knock down tall buildings and laugh like a Sociopathic toddler. That is fair. You have me there. We're only on mission 7. Yeah, I don't think we can reach Cremona tonight. That sucks. I really like Cremona.
Your next mission is to attack the solar power generator plants in the Faith Park region. These generators equal nuclear
Oh, yeah,
energy
this one.
output and
This
provide
one.
about 60% of the energy for the Erusian's military-industrial complexes. Since they do not require oil or uranium supplies, we cannot stop power production by interdicting their supply lines. This deep strike mission will not only cripple the Erusian's industrial output, but also divert attention from our own imminent invasion plans.
Maybe Cremona's mission 8. We'll have to see how fast we can do this. No F-15 this mission. It's fine, the F-4 is... it's agile enough.
Use the solar panels as markers. Proceed due north to the road.
Alright, let's go.
Don't be predictable in heading your altitude when they close in.
This one, fortunately, does not actually take 15 minutes if we're fast. Buddy, like hell. I'm gonna kill everything.
It's deceivingly peaceful from up here. Damn, those mechanics were
It's deceivingly peaceful from up here because we're behind enemy lines. There's nothing happening.
I'll take this one.
Heads up. Enemy radar spike. Nothing but air. Heads up.
Engage. Repeating.
Viper 3, engage. Bandit at 10 o'clock.
Engage. You take the one on the right. Enemy aircraft on the nose.
Mobius 1 shot down a bandit.
Get him off me!
Locked on.
He's headed straight this way. I'm hit. Wounded bird. I've been hit.
Bandit at 12 o'clock.
I'll read that in a second.
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Missed. Bandits in gun range.
Don't let the enemy spook you.
Bandit confirmed.
They seem to know you were coming. Yeah, I mean, there's radar. They would have figured it out. We're not exactly a small profile.
See anything?
And yes, we're going to get to that. We're going after a solar power plant, but right now I'm trying to deal with the air cover.
Solar power generator plant at vector 350, 12 miles.
Keep going straight.
Radar lock.
You're too close. Closing in on enemy aircraft. Say your prayers. Someone to louse my 6 o'clock. Jen, watch your tail. Your tail. It's breaking apart. Omega 2, incoming missile. Missile! This is Black 9. He's on my tail.
Bandits in gun range. Mobius 1 shot down a bandit.
It's really not an issue this time of time. You've got so much time. It's ammo. Flying back and forth just takes a while, so you have to be really conservative with your shots. We'll be okay.
Solar power generator plant at vector 360, 8 miles.
Lead them to me. He's behind me. Here they come.
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
It's breaking apart.
ended at 1 o'clock.
More games concern themselves with ammo and vehicles. I agree.
I can't lose him.
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
I'm taking damage. Can't maintain course. Damn it, he got away. There they are.
Bandits in gun range. Shack on the target.
Watch your altitude.
Solar power generator plant. Defector 350. 4 miles.
It missed.
Bandits in gun range.
It's no good. Great. No worries, just proceed as usual. The glow up ahead is our target, the power plant.
Enemy facility destroyed.
Hide! Hide!
Enemy facility destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed. AA guns destroyed.
Get him off my back! White 4, Fox 2. That's right, Fox 2. I'm hit! Bugging out!
Hard enemy radar spike.
Missile! Hard left! Evade, Viper 8. I can't lose him!
Break. Missile locked on.
Nice kill. I lost him. Sierra Hotel. Let's flank him.
Fox 2, Fox 2. AA guns destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed. Mobius 1, Fox 2. AA artillery destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed. Mobius 1 crash.
Shoot. Well, that's trouble. This mission tends to screw you sometimes.
Use the solar panels.
Alright, we'll get it better this time.
Proceed due north to the power.
It was nice while it lasted. Yeah, I was flying a little bit sloppier than I should have. I wasted a lot more missiles than I ought. We can do better this time, I know it.
Still no joy. Damn it, I ain't going home with a body bag.
But I think that more or less sinks a Cormona attempt. Okay,
Heading our altitude.
to answer your question, Lip, a flak gun fires a round that explodes at an altitude that creates a cloud of shrapnel, which is referred to as flak, because I think the Germans invented the word and I don't remember the whole word. Anti-aircraft is just straight high explosive rounds.
Keep going straight.
Heads up, enemy radar spike. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Engage. We've got
Oh, in this game, flak creates a burst, and it just targets you at high altitude, where anti-aircraft is easier to dodge, or can be dodged. It's complicated, it's weird.
I'll take this one. I've got my hands full. You're too close.
Heads up, enemy radar spike. Radar lock.
I see them. All right, we'll take them on. The missile didn't hit.
Locked on. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
You take the one on the right.
Radar lock. Mobius 1, Fox 2. Nothing but air. Heads up. Bandit at 12.
It's going to allow for engagements at extreme ranges. They've already been prototyped. One of the stronger advantages is being able to kill missiles mid-flight. Energy weapons are going to dramatically change a lot of aspects of warfare as we know it. Mainly just the range. It's going to increase the range even further back.
I can't lose him.
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Bandits in gun range. Missile hit.
Yeah, lasers and particle weapons are going to be useful in long-range engagements. And just standard rail guns. Those are already becoming a reality.
Fox 2.
The future is weird, and it is looking increasingly violent and deadly when it comes to the capabilities, which one can only hope will serve as a deterrent for more war. But if history has taught us anything, it doesn't encourage it, but it means that nobody really understands how bad these things are when war starts, and war will always happen.
Right behind him. Can't lose him. This is White 1. Get him off me. Turn hard right. Behind me. They're coming in fast. Bandit down.
I'll get into the high science conversation in a bit. I have more planes to kill.
Something's wrong. I'm pulling out. That's a kill. One of our planes was hit.
Radar lock. Bandits in gun range. Mobius 1, Pickle. Solar power generator plant at vector 350, 4 miles.
The glow up ahead is our target. The power plant. Target destroyed by Mobius 1.
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Mobius 1, shot one down.
AA guns destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed. Sam destroyed.
Don't. Yeah, it doesn't know what radar is. Don't worry about it.
Box 2. SAM destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed. Bombs away. Mobius 1, Box 2. Enemy facility destroyed. Missile shot trash.
The better question is how I'm locking onto a. Okay, actually no. You know what? On second thought, the solar panel kind of makes sense with the heat seeker. All that.
Enemy facility destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed.
At this point, I'm technically done. I could just wrap up and leave.
AA artillery destroyed.
Yeah, if I can eke out... I probably should, if I want to eke out any chance of doing Carmona.
Attention all aircraft. Incoming from Stonehenge. Confirmed on radar.
Quinn, you wanted to know what Stonehenge is? You're about to find out.
Head south to exit combat area.
2,000 feet? What do they expect us to do? Go underground? Head toward the ravine and terrain mask. Use the crevices. Get low and stay low. What are you talking about? It's suicide to fly into that ravine.
4 rounds. ETA in 15 seconds.
No use. I can't get away.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
Rapier 4's gone. Rapier 8 crashed.
Another wave from Stonehenge detected. 10 seconds to impact.
Stay focused. Maintain aircraft control.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
What? How? Halo 10 was shot down. Evade! Evade!
Exiting combat area. Maintain current course and altitude to RTV.
Vapor 3 crashed. Omega 11 crashed. Miss!
Another wave from Stonehenge detected.
Vapor 11 crashed.
10 seconds to impact.
There was one time I crashed on that final turn. It was heartbreaking. Yeah, Stonehenge is crazy. At this point, I might prefer it if they figured out how to make a pile of rocks an anti-aircraft weapon. That would have been kind of funny. One of the things I, oddly enough, took issue with in these comic games is how useless they made Helos out to be. Yeah, they did.
The mission succeeded, but the combat losses due to
I mean,
Stonehenge were
technically,
unexpected.
Assault Horizon made them
Victory
quite
will elude us
useful.
until it is eliminated.
I actually kind of liked Assault Horizon. I like what it tried to do. It did a lot of things wrong, but credit where credit's due, it had a baller soundtrack.
At some point, I realized my uncle, my would-be
Okay,
guardian,
I think I
had
might
died.
have time for one more mission.
Maybe the
Hope
secret
and pray
place dragged him
it's
off for some
Cormona.
drunken comedy
Hope and
event.
pray.
Maybe he chose to disappear. I didn't have anyone to turn to, so I found myself living as if I were a member of the Yellow Squadron. Everybody in town scorned the barkeep for doing business with the enemy. In reality, he and his family were members of the resistance, gathering up intelligence information from enemy customers. His daughter protected me, but that was only because of my tender age. The barkeep and his family were the real heroes, while I, on the other hand, found a
If
hero
anything, the data gathered by the
among
U.S. Army Air Force in the Cold War showed that helos would be the scariest things on the field. Yes, it's why the Apache was a terrifyingly effective weapon for its task, which was stopping Soviet armor incursions in the Fulda Gap. Yes! 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 We made it! Okay. Cremona. This is where the game... It's what the title's for, you know? This is my favorite mission. Great.
A recon satellite will be launched from the Komona Islands rocket base to support our mainland operations. The Erusians
I always forget there's no
will
R in
provide
Kimona.
a
I always pronounce it Cormona, but it's just Kimona.
at the launch. A large-scale air battle is expected. We must win this battle to maintain our air superiority. We've only got one window of opportunity for this launch. Shoot down as many bombers as
Alternate
possible.
history scenario between the U.S. and the Soviet Union? You and me both, man. Maybe someday. Maybe the next Battlefield. Who knows? Come on, is the F-15 available? Maybe not. It's not. I don't want to buy a new plane, so we're just taking the 4 out. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This one's all dogfighting, baby. Let's go.
Attention all aircraft. This is
Oh, right.
base.
There's an SR-71 that buzzes over the field, and it's just impossible to catch unless you've got a fast enough jet.
Launch is complete. How many did the yellows get? Let's meet again if we make it home alive. Low on the yellow squadron formation. They're only carrying air-to-air missiles.
Alright, we have to duck straight south and rearm as fast as possible. I've missed a lot about what's going on here. Air Force gaining, maintaining superior in any World War III scenario. Yes, that is absolutely true. Air-land battle is just essential to American doctrine, and that just requires winning the air war. And there really can be no plan B. When most of your enemies you're fighting can produce cheap, easily manned, easily maintained vehicles that outnumber you 3 or 4 to 1.
Check. You are cleared to land.
This is the thing about Eastern Bloc doctrine that a lot of people misunderstand. What seems like a flaw by an American doctrine standard, and it is a flaw by American standards, is exactly what they want by Eastern standards. And people miss that all the time.
Bandit confirmed at Vector 350. Sky Eye here. B-2 bombers approaching from the west. Intercept them before they reach the launch site.
Negative contact. Nothing on my radar.
Look harder. The B-2s are difficult to detect on radar. They're stealth.
Just concentrate on your duties. Target confirmed. Entering bombing pattern. 5 minutes to launch. Don't fly in a straight line.
Missed.
Ah, that's a shame. I ran out of missiles at a really bad time. Whew. Unfortunately with that, I'm out of time. It's been fun, guys. We'll pick this up next Saturday and finish it off. I think that's realistic depending on how much time I have. But in any case, thanks for joining me, and take care.